Your host Ghost coming to you live with another wonderful video. How's everyone doing today? Sorry about the last couple days. I was obviously Thursday was Thanksgiving and I was sick, so I figured I just wouldn't stream that day. Wasn't feeling 100% on Friday, so I didn't stream that day either. And then Monday I was still sick. And also, I had things I had to do that morning. So obviously, I didn't stream that day either. But although I'm not 100% still, I am well enough to do a stream today. And I don't have anything to do today. I was terribly sick pretty much the last couple days, like Thursday through Monday. I was pretty sick. So yeah, that's the reason why I haven't been streaming. Yesterday I felt well enough that I did stream on my gaming channel. So if you wanted to watch that, check out my gaming channel, rumble.com/gaming with ghost. I played some God of War Ragnarok. That'll probably be the game I'll be playing for the next couple days or couple streams. Because it's been a minute and it's a fun game. Oh, all right. But yeah, but since I last streamed, I got some new equipment right here. It's my new microphone. I am changing this bar. It's not going to work for what I have planned. So yeah. As you can see, my office is a little messy. I have Christmas present stuff. So yeah. So eventually, at some point, I'll move all this shit out and we'll get everything going. I'm gonna make sure my audio sounds good before I get going because I've done it where I went and did my talking stuff and everything wasn't that great. So then just check out my audio real quick. Wonderful. All right, so my audio is all good. This up just a little bit. But yeah, I also got an audio mixer as well. So I can turn my volume on my mic up and down at will. I remember on my GOP debate ones, there's complaints of my audio. So there we go. Hold on, I'm just gonna adjust this because it's really bright. Okay. Yeah. So next up, I'll probably upgrade my my camera, but that's a low priority at this point. But yeah, so that's new with me. I'm pretty excited. Mic sounds good and everything to me, so hopefully it'll sound good to everyone else. And yeah, all right. You can also adjust the volume that are on my headphones as well, which is kind of cool. All right, so let's get into it. We got an update on the Rainbow Bridge car crash bombing. It was, I speculated it could still have been a terrorist attack, and the government was covering it up because it's absolutely possible. Looks like we got some new information. Looks like it just was a tragic accident, which really sucks. I mean, terrorist attack sucks too, but it really sucks that these two people were unfortunately died. So we'll look at that real quick. And then we got two new accusations. One of Jamie Foxx, and then the other of Diddy. And Diddy just had a case not too long ago with his ex-girlfriend that he settled with. And then all of a sudden he got another one. So, and then apparently, so we'll go over that and give it a look-see. And apparently, you can't be a fan anymore There's people trying to ruin a kid's life for quote unquote wearing blackface, but the truth is far from what they're saying. So we'll get into that in a second. Then Trump files motion for discovery in Jack Smith case, demanding documents regarding informants and undercover agents related to January 6th. So we'll look at that. And I think I have an update on that as well, because I saw it while I was scrolling around last night. So reminds me. I'm doing this real quick. You gotta just send this thing out. So we will see about that. I'm not sure if it's related at all, honestly, but I will definitely check it out if it is. Because we'll probably read it all the same. Um, and then short kings and whales should rejoice. Apparently, New York City is has a law banning discrimination based on height and weight. So whales and short kings can go into effect. Obviously, it doesn't have to do with anything with dating, but it's just funny to say, anyways. All right. And then we'll watch a protest, another pro Palestinian protest that shut down a bridge. And then China, so we got problems coming in. We've got problems coming in China. Another flu or something coming through. Just in time for the 2024 election. You know, how convenient, right? So check that out. And then finally, a Seattle public school teacher has her class write hateful messages and mail them to Moms for Liberty. So we'll look at that. 'Cause, you know, that's what I need my kid doing is when they go to school is to just, become activists to their teachers. All right. So let's get into it. All right. So first, so there we go. All right. So the two people who died in the crash are Kurt and Monica Villani. Uh, they were driving a Bentley on their way to a Kiss concert. Kiss is still around. Is he really? Okay. Or not he, they. And people are, their friends said that the couple had been having problems with the gas pedal on the car just weeks before the fatal crash. Villani and his wife lived on Grand Island, New York, just 10 miles from where the crash happened. Bentley has not commented on the crash, but family friend of Villani says he was having a problem with the accelerator. Well, why was he driving it then? That's my question. Which would be concerning. If my car started having issues with the accelerator, no way in hell I'm fucking driving that thing. Let's see. The Villani family owned Guy's Lumber and had a tradition of handing out turkeys on Thanksgiving, and were featured on the news in 2014 for handing out 250 turkeys. So let's watch this quick clip. See if. Okay. So that was. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. So that was just a video of the crash. God damn. Oh, yeah, that's See, I hadn't seen this video, so yeah, no way this was a terrorist bombing at all. So yeah, I was completely wrong last week, which is fine. We're all wrong eventually. Um, but yeah, that is wow. That must have been scary as shit. And that's just tragic. Well, I hope everyone's thoughts and prayers goes out to the family. It's really terrible. You know, but I mean, if you're having problems with the accelerator, don't drive the goddamn car, no matter how cool it is. It's my thing. So that's just me personally. Um, but yeah, so that's terrible. But we got an update, so for sure this wasn't a terrorist attack, which is good. Um, Amazingly, the government wasn't lying to us. Um, all right. So that's done with. Now let's get into some news. So Jamie Foxx is sued by women over alleged sexual assault in 2015. The suit was filed just 2 days before the expiration date for New York's Survivor Act, which gives adult sexual assault survivors 1 year to sue regardless of the statute of limitations expire. All right, so let's get into a little history of Jamie Foxx. I'm sure we all know who he is, but for those who don't know, who knows? I might have some foreign people here who don't know who Jamie Foxx is. No big deal if you don't. Oh, I give you money. All right. So Eric Marlon Bishop, born December 13, 67. Oh, he was born just a little before I did. Was at least on the day, not the year. Vastly older than I am. Known professionally. Yes, Jamie Foxx is an American comedian and singer. He received acclaims for portrayals of Ray Charles in the film Ray, winning the Academy Award, BAFTA Screen Actors Guild Award, and Globe Award for Best Actor. That same year, he was nominated for Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his role in the crime film Collateral. Gained his Fox gained his career breakthrough as a feature player in a sketch comedy show In Living Color until the show ended in '94. Following this success, he was given his own sitcom, The Jamie Foxx Show, in which he starred, co-created, and produced from '96 to 2001. I didn't know this. He gained prominence in his film roles in Booty Call, Ali, Jarhead, that's a funny movie, Dreamgirls, Miami Vice, Horrible Bosses, Django Unchained, that's a good movie, of course, Annie, Baby Driver, Soul, and he played the supervillain Electro in Amazing Spider-Man 2 in 2014, Amazing Spider-Man 2 2014, and Spider-Man No Way Home. For playing Walter McMillan in Just Mercy, he received a Screen Actors Guild Award nomination. As a musician, he's earned 2 number one singles on the Billboard's Hot 100 with his feature on the singles Slow Jams by Twista alongside Kanye West and Gold Digger by Kanye West. His single Blame It won him the Grammy Award for Best R&B Performance by a duo or group with vocals. 4 of his 5 studio albums have charted in the top 10 of the U.S. Billboard 200 Unpredictable 2005, which topped the chart. Intuition 08, Best Night of My Life 10, and Hollywood Story of a Dozen Roses 15. Since 17, Fox has served as a host and executive producer of the Fox game show Beat Shazam. In 21, he wrote his autobiography, Act Like You Got Some Goddamn Sense, or Got Some Sense. Sorry. That's this is his accolades right here. Oh, there you go. My dude's 55. So there you go. That's Jamie Foxx. If you didn't know who he was, now you do. All right. So that's Jamie Foxx. Let's look at these allegations. Um, all right. Jamie Foxx, the Academy Award winning actor and musician, is being sued by a woman who claims he sexually assaulted her at a rooftop bar in August 2015. So that was 8 years ago. So she waited 8 years before filing this lawsuit. The suit filed in New York Supreme Court on Wednesday alleges Fox fondled the unnamed woman and further violated her after he stuck his hand down her pants. It was filed just 2 days before the expiration date for the New York Adult Survivors Act, which gives adult sexual assault survivors 1 year to sue, regardless of when the statute of limitations expired. Uh, a spokesperson for Fox told NBC on Thursday that the alleged incident never happened. Fox intends to pursue a claim of malicious prosecution, according to the spokesperson. The woman alleges that she and a friend, both of whom had been sitting at a table away from him, walked over to ask for a picture with Fox, who was having drinks with a co-founder and owner of this business, Catch New York at New York City and Roof. While they were taking pictures, an intoxicated Fox roughly grabbed the woman's phone and continued to take more pictures while making suggestive comments like, "Wow, you have that supermodel body," according to the suit. Then he grabbed her to pull her to the back of the roof, where he slid his hand under her shirt and began rubbing her breasts, the suit alleges. The woman tried to move away, but Fox slid his hand into her pants and put his finger on and in her vagina and anus, according to the court filing. A security guard saw what was going on but walked away anyway, the suit alleges. Of course he did. It adds that when the woman's friend walked over, Fox stopped touching her and walked over to the security guard. Also named in the suit are Catch New York City and the rooftop bar on 29th Ave in New York City, Catch New York City Inc., Catch Hospitality Group, and Mark Brinbrow, the owner of Catch New York City, and Brinbrow did not respond to requests for comments. The suit alleges Brinbrow and those working the bar did not do their jobs and were negligent in protecting their clientele. Brinbrow and Catch employees had knowledge of Fox's propensity for aggressive behavior towards females, the potential for unwanted sexual touching, and his bad disposition when consuming excess alcohol, the suit alleges. Okay, first up, I really hope she has some proof on this, because you can't just say, "Oh, they had knowledge of this." You better have some proof on this. The woman alleges in the lawsuit that she required medical treatment because of the incident, experienced pain and suffering, and continues to feel the effects of the assault, all of which caused her severe emotional distress, anxiety, and humiliation, embarrassment, post-traumatic stress disorder, and other physical and emotional damages. Yet she didn't Yet she didn't go to the cops. So she didn't file any criminal case. She's asking for unspecific damages. Spokesperson for Fox said in 2020, this individual filed a nearly identical lawsuit in Brooklyn. The case was dismissed shortly thereafter. The claims are no more viable today than they were then. We are confident they will be dismissed again. And once they are, Mr. Fox intends to pursue a claim of malicious prosecution against this person and her attorneys for refiling this frivolous action. All right, so 2020, she apparently filed a lawsuit. Does everyone remember what was going on in 2020? You know what I remember? I remember a lot of Me Too allegations that were really false going on in 2020, where women were alleging shit happened, and it turned out it didn't really fucking happen. I remember that a lot. So All right. On Friday, Michael S. Lamonsoff, an attorney for the woman, said in a statement that the claim that the suit was dismissed was baseless and untrue. Although the woman sought justice by coming to his firm in 2020, the Adult Survivor Act had not been passed back then, Lamonsoff said. So, is there a statute of limitations of lawsuits in New York City? I don't think so, because there's plenty of people who've been suing shit. Oh, 3 years. Okay. So New York before this bullshit Survivors Act, whatever. Statute of limitations was 3 years. Let's see. And wait, she alleged this happened in 2014, right? 15. Okay. Well, she could still have filed a lawsuit and it got dismissed due to uh uh uh, uh due to the statute of limitations. So she could have very well just filed the lawsuit and then they're like, All right. Our client, you know what was a thing back then, though? Prior to 2020, back in 2015, when this allegedly happened, going to the cops making a criminal case about it. Our client and our firm will not be intimidated by Jamie Foxx's age-old tactics of lies and threats against survivors of sexual assault. Alleged survivors, the woman's attorney said in a statement. Thankfully, the ASA was passed, allowing our client to demand accountability for the abuse and mental anguish she had endured since the time of this heinous assault. Lamonsoff continued. Again, she probably could have gotten that had she gone to the cops. Look, call me an asshole. Okay, call me an asshole. Call me a horrible human being. But I'm very skeptical and I'm close to disbelieving instantly any lawsuit that comes without any criminal complaint filed prior. Even if the criminal complaint didn't go that far, and whatever, because the when it comes to criminal complaint, criminal stuff, it's always beyond a reasonable doubt, so like 90%. So I can, all right. Not everyone has the correct amount of evidence to get justice that way, but if a lawsuit happens after a criminal complaint, then I'm more inclined to believe it. But there's no criminal complaint, and there hasn't been one named in this article, so I don't know for sure. But the lady didn't put, the lady's name isn't mentioned at all. This anonymous person is not mentioned at all, her name, so I can't look it up to see if did she file a criminal complaint, which I doubt she did. So I'm at this point where I pretty much, until the trial happens, I'm pretty much disbelieving any civil lawsuit that happens against someone claiming sexual assault. At least, one that's been, it's been a number of years since it happened. And then all of a sudden we're going to file a lawsuit. So that's me. That's my personal thing. So call me a horrible human being. Call me, an asshole or something. But I am very skeptical and disbelieving of anyone who files a civil lawsuit, hasn't filed any criminal complaint or anything like that, and then after a number of years finally files a lawsuit. That's going to be me. I've seen too many of these. We got Steve Tyler, Russell Brand, Jamie Foxx now. Johnny Depp. I mean, there's just been a number of these fake sexual assault cases. Now, look, if there's a trial, it's something I can watch, I can see, I can hear the evidence for myself, and the evidence is convincing, then absolutely I'll be convinced and call Jamie Foxx a scumbag. But unless there's some real evidence, I'm not gonna I'm not down with this believe all women crap. And then ironically, it was Me Too that made me this way. After Me Too happened, and a bunch of these women started like coming out with these lawsuits with bullshit. Brett Kavanaugh's another one. A bunch of these bullshit accusations. That's what started me to stop believing all women, because I used to be, if I heard someone, a woman accuse a guy of sexual assault, rape, or anything like that, I'd instantly believe her, regardless, because it happened so like I don't remember having hearing it happen as often. Like women all of a sudden like suing guys over this. I don't remember hearing it happen that often. So yeah, and I think that's a lot of people now, where we started disbelieving these instances of all of a sudden, oh yeah, this guy raped me or sexually assaulted me. I didn't go to the cops, but I'm going to sue you on a civil case where it requires, was it 50% preponderance of the evidence, so 51% or 50%, 51%, sorry. So yeah, that's just me. The same thing with chicks that go on podcasts and like, oh, I didn't file criminal complaint, this was so traumatic and hard, but now all of a sudden I'm claiming this happened back in et cetera day, because I'm losing an argument and I want to win it. Let's be honest. So that's me. Call me an asshole, but I'm very skeptical of people now. All right. So speaking of another lawsuit that's happening due to sexual assault, Diddy is being sued again by a woman. Sean Diddy Combs, accused of drugging, sexually assaulting women when she was in college. Sorry. Days after the alleged January 91 assault, Joe Dickerson Neal says Devontae Swing of 90s R&B group Jodeci told her that he viewed a tape showing her and Combs. He feared speaking out due to Combs' fame, according to the lawsuit. All right, so let's look at that. All right, so a little history on Diddy, or Sean Combs. Sean Love Combs, born Sean John Combs, November 4th, 69, sorry. Also known by his stage name Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, or Diddy. Is a rapper, singer, recorder, producer, executive, actor. Born in Harlem, Combs worked as a talent director at Uptown Records before founding his own record label. Sorry. As you can tell, I'm still kind of sick. Bad Boy Records in 93. Combs has produced and cultivated artists such as the Notorious B.I.G., Mary J. Blige, and Usher. Combs' debut album, No Way Out, 97, has been certified 7 times platinum. The album was followed up with Forever, 99. The saga continues, 01, and Press Play, 06. In 09, Combs formed the musical group Diddy, Dirty Money, with singer Kalina Harper and Don Richards. They released their collective album, Last Train to Paris, in September 23. Combs released his 5th album, the Love album, Off the Grid. Combs has won 3 Grammy Awards and 2 MTV Video Music Awards, and is the producer of MTV's Making the Band. In 98, Combs founded clothing retailer Sean John, and he was nominated for the Council a Fashion Designer of America award for Men's Designer of the Year in 2000 and won in 04. He has been the brand ambassador for the vodka retailer Chronic, Kurok, Ciroc. I don't know. Since 07, I don't drink that much. And co-founder of the television network and news website Revolt. In 13, in 22, Forbes estimated his net worth at US $1 billion. So there you go. That's Diddy's history. P. Diddy, Puff Daddy P. Now, this lawsuit happens, I think this happened like days after he settled with his ex, Cassie Ventura. If I remember right, this lawsuit happens. Yeah. Sorry. Just stretching. But yeah, so this lawsuit came out shortly after he settled with his ex, Cassie Ventura, who accused him of sexual assault and rape and all that. Now there are parts of that lawsuit that I believed. I was watching it on Fresh and Fit, and apparently there's like rumors that Diddy likes to like have his chicks like fuck guys while he watches. And Byron had to like heard it before, and so there's parts that were believable, but the rape and sexual assault, I didn't believe that at all. But he settled with her like a day after the lawsuit. Probably just didn't want the headache, and he probably didn't want all his dirty laundry. Like he probably, I don't think he settled out of the rape and sexual assault allegations. I think those are bullshit. Those allegations are bullshit. I think he settled due to the fact that his cucky behavior, watching dudes fuck his chicks, was going to become more common knowledge. So he didn't want that. I think that's why he settled. But I could be wrong. I don't know why he settled. Just provide my comment, my thoughts. All right, so then after he settled with his ex, this came out. Sean Diddy Combs has been hit with a new lawsuit by a woman who alleges the music mogul drugged her, sexually assaulted her, and recorded the assault without her knowledge when she was a college student in 91. The suit was filed in New York Supreme Court on Thursday, one day before the expiration of the New York Adult Survivors Act. With Jamie Foxx, it was 2 days, and this lady, it was 1 day. So this act passed, New York Adult Survivors Act, and these chicks wait for so long that they barely made it under the wire. Now, I've never sued someone. I've never done a lawsuit, but I can't imagine it takes almost a year to file a lawsuit against someone. I just can't imagine that's the process. It takes a year. I could see maybe 6 months. I can see maybe, but I don't see a year. And I'm stretching at 6 months. I'm thinking like maybe a month or a couple weeks at most. Like, minimum a couple of weeks, at most a month. Generally, unless you have a lot of shit you got to put. And in all honesty, I would think you would, retain the lawyer. Like as soon as you heard this thing might, this act maybe being brought and passed, I'd, gather everything and be ready to file for like day one. If this has been so hard for you and terrible, like day one. But like taking a year after, it's kind of ridiculous. Let's see. So this was, All right. So it's the third lawsuit in the last week filed against Combs or one of its companies that alleges sexual abuse by him or someone associated with him. I'm so thankful for the bravery of other women that came forward. The Adult Survivors Act, which opened the filing window to seek justice and unwavering support from my attorneys, Dickerson Neal said in a statement. For 32 years, the only people I have been able to confide in were my close friends and therapists. I'm feeling as if the darkness has been lifted and I can freely move forward in achieving my full potential. So, 32 years she only was able to talk to her friends and therapists. Okay. Now, 32 years ago, she couldn't go to the cops and file a suit against this guy. Let's see. Hold on. Guess what's up? But let me just. Let's see. So, I mean, in '91, he was a nobody. I mean, respectively, I'm saying respectfully, he was a nobody in '91. Let's see, he became an intern at New York Uptown Records in '90. And then in '91, Combs promoted an AIDS fundraiser with Heavy D held at the City College of New York Gymnasium following a charity basketball game. The event was oversold and a stampede occurred in which 9 people died. So that's what his accolades were from 91. He doesn't have to hear anything until 93. You really like, I'm going off the Wikipedia, so I don't really know. But here, let me just show you this. So this is it. This is Combs' history right there from 90 to 91. Okay, that's really his history. Okay, from 90 to 93, because the next time he's mentioned in this Wikipedia is going on in 93. So, respectfully, Diddy was a nobody in 91. Okay. He was just some random guy who was wanting to be wants to be a rapper, or has some interest in the music industry. So he's a nobody, respectfully. And now we go back into the past to 91. And this lady is allegedly sexually assaulted by this guy and raped. It's so drugged, sexually assaulted, and recorded without her knowledge. Now, maybe she didn't know about the recording, but she would obviously know about the sexual assault and the drugging. So she does. So this guy's a nobody. So this guy's a nobody. Anyway, sorry. So this guy's a nobody. And that might be why I'm not cooking. That thing's not heating up. So this guy's a nobody in 91. But she doesn't go to the cops at all. This entire time, and then after 32 years, now she's finally ready. Call me skeptical. Sorry. I'm skeptical of all this shit. Again, no criminal complaint, but filed 32 years later. I have very little faith. The suit centers on an alleged interaction between Combs and Joey Dickerson Neal on January 3rd, 91, when she was a student at Syracuse University studying psychology. Spokesperson for Combs denied the allegation. Let's see. Dickerson Neal said in the filing she reluctantly went to dinner. Sorry. Went to dinner with Combs at a restaurant in Harlem in New York City and accompanied him as he ran errands. At the time, she was on winter break from school, according to the suit. Sorry. All right. The complaint alleges Combs intentionally drugged Dickerson Neal, leaving her unable to stand or walk. Studio said she left her drink unattended with him at the restaurant, and afterwards, under alleged pressure from Combs, she took a hit from a blunt. And they then drove to a music studio, the suit stated. They then drove to a music studio, the suit stated. When Dickerson Neal couldn't exit the car, Combs allegedly took her to a place he was staying to sexually assault her, according to the filing. The suit said Dickerson Neal recalled feeling humiliated and hurt, yet she could not escape the assault. Because she had been allegedly drugged, she said she lacked the physical ability or mental capacity to fend Combs off. The complaint, which also alleges Dickerson Neal was the victim of revenge porn, accuses Combs of recording the alleged assault. Days later, a male friend, simp, named Devontae Swing, a member of the popular 90s R&B group, John C. Never heard of this, revealed to the woman that he viewed a sex tape along with other people, according to the suit. Okay, so she did know about this, in 91. All right. Dickerson Neal said Swing feared his band would lose its record deal if he spoke against Combs. NBC News reached out to a representative for Swing for comment, but did not hear back. All right, let me. So let me check out this Devontae Swing. So last time Devontae Swing as let's just look at the discography of this guy. Hold on. Well, hold on. Before I go and air this guy out, let's see if he's actually part of the lawsuit. Dickerson Neal's life was thrown into a tailspin after the meeting with Combs. The complaint said she was later admitted to the hospital for severe depression, severe suicidal ideation, and eventually dropped out of college, according to the filing. The event left Dickerson Neal struggling with mental health, career progression, and humiliation as a result of the recording of the incident, the suit said. Yet she didn't go to the cops at all. Just saying. Combs had allegedly pursued her for a romantic or sexual relationship on repeated occasions, but she rejected his advances because she heard about his alleged history of treating women badly. According to the suit, Dickerson Neal and Combs had friends and acquaintances in common, and she had appeared with Combs in a few clips of a music video, the suit said. She did not go to the hospital or initially reporting the assault to police because she was confused and pain, felt ashamed, and the filing said Dickerson Neal tearfully told her friend about the alleged assault the next day, according to suit. All right, so look, she did file a police report. All right, good on her. It sucks nothing happened, but good on her for at least going and trying to file the report. All right, she later filed police reports in New York and New Jersey, but spoke to several prosecutors with hopes of pressing charges, and reached out to friends and acquaintances to locate the video Combs allegedly recorded, the filing said. It was not immediately clear Thursday what jurisdiction she filed the report in, when she filed them, or what happened after a conversation with authorities. The New York City Police Department would not confirm if it received a report from Dickerson Neal, but said it takes sexual assault and rape cases extremely seriously and urges anyone who has been a victim to file a police report so we can perform the comprehensive investigation, offer support and services to survivors. Dickerson Neal went on to work in the music industry. While working at a party, she ran into Combs, who allegedly backed her into the corner and inappropriately confronted her. The suit said it was not clear Thursday how long after the alleged assault the party took place. Combs allegedly got on his knees during the interaction and insisted he did not do what she was saying, according to the filing. Dickerson Neal ultimately left the music industry and moved to California, citing Combs' rise in success was too painful to witness. She said singer Cassie's lawsuit against Combs was the impetus that forced her to face his assault again, the filing said. An attorney for Cassie declined to comment on the suit. Dickerson Neal lawsuit filed Thursday named Combs, Bad Boy Entertainment, Bad Boy Records, and Combs Enterprise as defendants. Combs Enterprise has been rebranded as Combs Global. A spokesperson from Combs told NBC News on Wednesday before the lawsuit was filed. The latest suit accuses Combs of assault, battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, sex trafficking, and revenge porn. Sex trafficking, what? Well, now she's just getting ridiculous. And revenge porn. Dickerson Neal is seeking compensation, compensatory damages for mental and emotional injuries, distress, pain, and suffering and injury. Everyone deserves to be heard, and Combs should not be immune from liability because of his wealth and public stature. Michelle Callion, one of Dickerson Neal's attorneys, said in a statement. Jonathan Goldhitch, another attorney added, our client has not been able to escape the continued impact of the harm Combs caused her many years ago. Through the Adult Survivors Act, she availed herself to the courts to finally seek justice. Attorney said they will not have additional comments. Combs camp rejects the claims. The last-minute lawsuit is an example of how a well-intentioned law can be turned on its head, spokesperson for Combs said. Ms. Dickerson's 32-year-old made-up story is made up and not credible. Mr. Combs never assaulted her, and she implicated companies that did not exist. This is purely a money grab and nothing more. Last week, with Cassie, with whom Combs once had a romantic relationship, filed a $30 million lawsuit alleging Combs raped, sex trafficked, and abused her. The lawsuit was settled one day later for an undisclosed amount of money. Cassie, whose full name is Cassandra Venture, said she resolved this matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control. In a statement Saturday, Ben Braffen, a lawyer for Combs, said a decision settled, especially in 2023, is in no way an admission of wrongdoing. In a statement Saturday, Ben Bradford, a lawyer, Mr. Combs' decision to settle the lawsuit does not in any way undermine his flat-out denial of the claims. Like I said, I think he settled so his cucky behavior didn't come out. You know, and those aspects of things. I don't think he settled because shit, people are gonna find out I raped and abused this chick. I think it was just the other stuff he didn't really want coming out, even though it's apparently an unknown secret or what's it called? A known secret, whatever. On Tuesday, a lawsuit was filed in New York Supreme Court accusing Harvey Pierre, the ex-president of Bad Boy Entertainment and Bad Boy Records, of sexual assault to a former assistant. Combs companies were also named in a lawsuit on one count of gender-motivated violence and 2 counts of negligence. While Pierre did not immediately respond to a request for comment, a spokesperson for Bad Boy Entertainment said that Wednesday that the company was aware of a lawsuit from its former employee. The allegations are from many years ago and that were never brought to the attention of the company. The spokesperson said neither the plaintiff nor the executive are current employees of the company. We are now investigating the allegations, and our top priority is the safety and well-being of our employees. All right. So there we go. This is this one. Now, I will give this lady credit. She apparently did go to the police on this matter, so that's good for her. So that gives a little more credibility, in my eyes, to her allegation. Now, do I flat out believe her? No. But I don't flat out think that she's lying. I am suspicious because one, it's a day before it expires. Two, kind of names some similarities to the Cassie lawsuit. It's kind of similar, in my opinion, like the whole sex trafficking, abuse, rape, and all that stuff. So I don't know, but this one is, in my opinion, a little more credible than the Jamie Foxx one. Just because of the fact that at least she claims that she went to the cops, which a lot of these fuckers don't do. Sorry, not fuckers. A lot of these chicks don't do. They just file a lawsuit. There's been no police report ever in the history at all, but they're filing a lawsuit. So we'll see if any actual evidence of an actual police filing happened, and we'll go from there. All right, moving on. So you can't be a fan anymore. So apparently Deadspin, some sort of like sports thing. Yeah, sports news without fear. So it's some sports news thing. So they made this tweet right here. NFL needs to speak out against the Kansas City Chief fan in blackface. So they show one face. Blackface native headdressing. And then it turns out, no, it's not blackface. Half black, half red. Apparently, the Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs, one, their colors are black and red. So the face paint, a common theme when you watch any sports whatsoever. Like if you watch, you watch, a Seahawks game, you see fucking blue and green. I'm sure you'll see like, fuck, I don't know colors. I know Seahawks. I don't know the colors of everyone else, but you see various of people with their team colors. I'm sure you'll see people wearing purple and gold for some basketball team. I don't know who, but this is common. You see them all the time. And the headdress, Kansas City Chiefs. You know what? Let's just check out the Kansas City Chiefs logo. So the Kansas City Chiefs is it's an arrowhead. You know who used arrows a lot? Native Americans. You know who fucking wears headdresses? Native fucking Americans. And you know who uses Chiefs a lot? Native fucking Americans. Shocking. So, all these are combining into probably this kid is supporting his favorite football team, the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, although it is kind of funny because, like, first glance, if you look at this photo, it kind of looks like kids smoking like a cigar or something. I mean, obviously it's not. It's coming out of his nose, but if you look for a quick second, it looks like it's coming out of his mouth. But yeah, so this Deadspin is accusing this kid of blackface. And then this idiot here, Karen J. Phillips, who I have no idea who this guy is. He's a writer for Deadspin. All right, so he's just more of an idiot. All right, so for the idiots in my mentions who are treating this as some harmless act because the other side of his face was being red, I can make the argument that it makes it even worse. Y'all are the ones who hate Mexicans but wear sombreros on Cinco. What? What does that have to do with anything? Look, I guarantee the people who wear sombreros on Cinco de Mayo or Mayo don't hate Mexicans. The fact that they're celebrating Mexican culture. And he's like, who's treating? He says, for the idiots in my mentions who are treating this as some harmless act because the other side of his face was painted red, I could make the argument that it makes it even worse. Why? Because red's associated with Indians, Native Americans, whatever you want to call them. No, because it's black and red, which are what like this guy's a sports writer apparently, because he's a writer for Deadspin. Sorry, I'm sure you're disgusted hearing this. Anyways, this guy's a sports writer. He's never seen anyone at all wearing the team colors. So black and red are the Kansas City Chiefs. He's never heard of anyone wearing their team colors. Okay. It's not the kid's fault. His favorite sports team, the Kansas City Chiefs, because he probably lives in Kansas City or in the area or state, whatever. His favorite team is the Kansas City Chiefs. It's not his fault that the colors are black and red. He's wearing it and wearing a headdress because their names are the Chiefs and their team colors are red and black. You fucking moron. And then, of course, there's the commentary. Deadspin author failed to provide full context of the photo presented in the article, which is a boy wearing face paint, of which the two colors, black and red, represents the Kansas City Chiefs NFL team. Oh, and the bitch, this guy's one of the bitches that don't allow people to reply to him unless you follow them or are mentioned. So, yeah. So this guy's just a fucking loser. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, that's the story. Yeah, so like apparently you can't be a fan anymore if you're a fan and you wear your team colors, you're racist. Which we all know is true, right? 100% true. All right, I'm gonna skip my Trump ones just because it's gonna be longer. So I'm gonna try and do these other ones fairly quickly. So we'll move on to the New York City law banning discrimination based on height and weight. So New York's just going to shit, by the way, if you haven't noticed. Now, obviously, clearly, one, whales and short kings rejoice, but clearly this is like some law like preventing like height and weight restrictions and something. I'm assuming. Let's find out. All right. New city law that bans discrimination against someone because of their height and weight went into effect last week, 6 months after Mayor Eric Adams first signed the legislation. The law adds those two categories to the list of characteristics that are protected from housing, job, and public discrimination. Alongside things like age, gender, race, religion, and sexual orientation. A New Yorker, regardless of their body shape and size, deserves to be protected from discrimination under the law. What height discrimination is there when it comes to housing, public discrimination, and jobs? And also, how are you going to discipline people for discriminating against height and weight. What, are you gonna arrest people to say, hey, I don't date anyone under 5'4"? Oh, I don't date anyone under 6 foot. So, are a bunch of 304s going to be getting arrested in New York? Or are a bunch of city boys going to get arrested for saying, hey, no fat chicks? Like, okay. Let's see. All New Yorkers, regardless of the body shape and size, deserve to be protected from discrimination under the law. No. If you're fat, if your height, you don't have anything control under your height. Your shape, your fatness, you have a lot of control over that. Body size discrimination affects millions of people every year, contributing to harmful disparities in medical treatment and outcomes, blocking people from access to opportunities in employment, housing, and public accommodations, and deepening existing injustices that people face, the statement added. New York is leading the nation with this groundbreaking anti-discrimination law. No, you're just fucking idiot. Look at this. There's a fucking whale taking a fucking picture. Like, I'm sure everyone was. Oh, two whales. They're taking a picture in this photo. The city approved the bill back in May. Mayor Adams signed into law in the same month, saying that heavier people should not be treated differently when they apply for a job. Well, it depends. If they're applying for a job in let's say, oh man, I don't know. If you're fucking 400 pounds and you're applying for a job as a fitness trainer, yeah, probably shouldn't be hired because clearly you don't know what you're fucking talking about. You know what's funny? They added that they added the height, but none of this at all is talking about height. It's all talking about weight so far. All right. Saying heavier people should, okay. Science has shown that body type is not a connection to if you're healthy or unhealthy, said Adams, who authored a 2020 book about losing 35 pounds. I think that's a misnomer that we're really dispelling. No. If you're 400 pounds, you're unhealthy as fuck. Let's keep it a stack. At a city council hearing earlier this year, several New Yorkers testified about the deleterious effects weight discrimination had upon them, the newspaper said. For instance, one New York University student said classroom desks were too small for her, while a Metro Opera singer said she'd been body shamed and had nearly developed an eating disorder. Dude, fucking hell. Lawmakers in New Jersey and Massachusetts are considering similar measures, while places like Michigan and Washington State have already enacted discrimination bans. Oh my God. A brew who sponsored the NYC bill said it would raise awareness and protect people against employer bias. It's also about changing the culture how we think about weight. Oh my God. Look, there's no reason for me fat. Look, I'm fat. All right, I'm fat. I'm working on it. We go into the gym regularly. Haven't the last couple days because I've been sick like a motherfucker. So, and I got a lot to like work off because it was Thanksgiving and I eat like crazy. So, look, I'm fat, and I can say there's no excuse for being fat. All right, I'm fat because I'm lazy. I can be lazy, and I need to stop eating so goddamn much. I'm working on it. I'm not 100%. I'm not like perfect, but I'm working on it. It's also about changing the culture and how we think about weight, said the councilman, who told Times that he himself was treated differently after he gained weight during the pandemic. Yeah, of course you were. All right. So New York City, just dumb. So is Washington State and Michigan for enacting these same laws. But, what can you do? All right. So thousands, continuing in New York's shitty, world, Thousands of pro-Palestinian protesters chanting for ceasefire just shut down the main Manhattan Bridge, bringing traffic to a complete standstill. So let's watch this video.
Ceasefire, not genocide. President Biden,
okay, first off, you think President Biden's going to have any effect in this at all? Come on, this guy's like a lame duck president.
ceasefire, not genocide. President Biden, take the side. Ceasefire, not genocide. President Biden, take the side. Ceasefire, not genocide. Biden, take the side. Ceasefire, not genocide.
It's the same thing over and over. So, look, protesting is good and everything. All for First Amendment. Exercise your First Amendment rights and everything. But why? I don't get why protests nowadays require you to shut down traffic and cause a standstill. All it does is just alienate people that are on your side, that will probably be on your side. But then you shut down traffic, you disrupt their day. Sorry, hit my mute. You disrupt their day. Now they don't give a fuck about you. Let's keep it a stack. They really don't care anymore after that. They're just like, all right, fuck you. Everything you're for, I'm against now. It's just how people are. You fuck up their traffic, especially New York City that has like some of the shittiest traffic of all times. They stop, they'll stop caring about what you're saying when you halt traffic. And I think protesting in places that don't really affect you is just dumb. Like, for example, or like in areas that aren't like affected by what you're protesting is just dumb because no one really gives a shit. For example, back when Roe versus Wade was struck down, there's protests all over in blue states protesting places like Texas and whatnot, like about their ban on abortion. And it's really dumb because the places that they were protesting at are places where Roe v. Wade being struck down isn't going to affect you because those places are going to keep their abortion shit, going. Like they don't, they're like, oh yeah, okay, well, it's been struck down. We're just gonna keep our, our shit the same. It's not going to affect us at all. But then, you get 1,000 of people trying to protest like places like Texas. You think Texas gives a fuck what people in Washington states think, or Oregon or New York? No, they don't give a fuck what you think. They're going to say, fuck you. We're going to do what we want. So like, although I'm for protesting and everything like that, I'm not for blocking traffic and impeding people to go about their day freely. I'm also think it's dumb just to protest in places where, like, in places where what you're protesting isn't happening, because, like, you think Israel's going to give two fucks what people in New York are saying? No, they don't. Just don't give a fuck. So I just think it's dumb. That's all. All right, moving on. China. Apparently in China, pneumonia is sweeping over China, causing people to overwhelm hospitals. And like I said, just in time for the 2024 election, right? Chinese officials are now encouraging people to wear masks, social distance, stay home. China's health ministry downplaying sickness, saying the uptick in cases are caused by the flu and other pathogens. All right, let's see what's going on here. Okay, apparently this is a hospital, I'm assuming. So that's a photo of a hospital or a video of a hospital. So there you go. So, I mean, the last one we had came from China. So I'm just saying, is this one going to come from China? I'm just saying. So I have no idea. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So now I just talked about Seattle. So let's go to, or not Seattle, Washington. Gay is slay. Seattle middle schooler forced to write to schoolers forced to send hate mail to Moms for Liberty. Gay is slay. Stop being a rat. All right, hold on. All right, so some history on Moms for Liberty because I didn't know about these people. Moms for Liberty is an American conservative political organization that advocates against school curricula that mentions LGBT rights, race and ethnicity, critical race theory, and discrimination. Multiple chapters have also campaigned to ban books that address gender and sexuality from school libraries. I agree with this. Founded in January 2021. The group began by campaigning against COVID-19 protections in schools, including mask and vaccine mandates. Also dumb. Moms for Liberty is influential within the Republican Party. In 23, the Southern Poverty Law Center, a civil rights organization that tracks extremists, termed Moms for Liberty a far-right extremist organizations. Well, now I just like these places these people even more. Shout out to you guys. The group has been criticized for harassment, for deepening divisions among parents, for making students' education more difficult, and for having close ties to Republican parties rather than being a genuine grassroots effort. So they're against schools teaching their kids about this stuff. I agree. Schools should have nothing to do with this. So that's the history of the Moms for Liberty, or like that's the brief history. So now we know what they're about. So, but first off, why are schools teaching kids about LGBTQ crap, race and gender, and critical race theory? Why? None of this is something schools need to teach. You need to teach the kids to read, write, history, etc. Now, when it comes to that, like I'm okay with the LGBT rights when it comes to a historical context, but let's be honest, that's not what they're talking about. They're not talking about a historical context of it. They're talking about, pushing LGBT agendas and, influence kids to think they're transgender when they're not, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's what I would assume Moms for Liberty is talking about. And they don't like. All right. So on Saturday, parental rights group Moms for Liberty posted pictures of a package they received in the mail, which contains letters that students from a Seattle middle school allegedly made in class, claiming the organization was bullying LGBTQ youth. The package has a return address of SPS, Seattle Public Schools, and JSCEE, John Sanford Center for Educational Excellence, the headquarters of the district. The package were cards that appeared to be drawn by children, directly calling out the organization with phrases such as "say gay," "gay is slay," "stop being a rat," and "stop bullying, excluding LGBTQ youth." Same message were repeated on multiple cards. A letter was in the enclosed packaging from Ann Christensen, a social studies teacher and coordinator of the Gay Straight Alliance at Jane Addams Middle School in Seattle. The letter read, "Dear Moms for Liberty, please read and enclose cards from concerned middle school students in Seattle, Washington." All right, so that teacher should be fired. Ooh, let me just look this chick up real quick. Sorry, just looking something else up. Okay. I was just saying because something I read earlier later on. Okay. Sorry. All right. When the post millennial reached out for comment to the teacher, student, and school district, an auto response came from Christensen's email that read, "Thank you for contacting me. I'm currently on a leave of absence and not checking email. If you have an urgent issue or question, please contact Assistant Principal Madeline Benz. I look forward to connecting when I return." Yeah, I have the same question from this. Like this. All right. Seattle Public Schools told the Post Millennial Statement Scale Public Schools is dedicated to fostering welcoming, inclusive, and identity safe environments for all our students. We firmly uphold the rights of our students and staff and families to express their authentic selves. We take great pride in our unwavering support for LGBTQIA+. The fuck is A? Asexual, I guess? I don't know. Students, staff, and families, which is reflected in our policies and everyday practices. SPS also said that the material was sent as an independent activity and not part of school curriculum. Moms of Liberty have been calling out issues such as hypersexualized content for in schools for years, well, 2 years. For their effort, progressives have slammed the groups, and the SPLC labeled them as anti-government extremist entity. According to the James Adams Middle School report card from Washington State Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction, 38.6% of the students failed to meet the grade level in English. Almost half of the students failed to meet the grade level in mathematics, and 34.2% failed to meet the grade level standards in science. Many questioned if the school was spending too much time on social justice causes and not academics. One commentator revealed that a language arts teacher named Gabriel Herbertson proudly promoted the anti-police propaganda book Ghost Boys by Jules Parker Rhodes in his profile picture, a fictional book about a black boy who was killed by a white officer. In Florida, director of the local fraternity order of police Paul Kopensky said in a letter to the Broward County School Board, Our members feel that this book is propaganda that pushed an inaccurate and absurd stereotype of police officers in America. He added, this book convinces its readers, the children of our community, that police officers regularly lie as they routinely murder children while painting police officers as racist. Okay, this doesn't have anything to do with this. All right, so I'm not. It's a dumb book. There we go. All right. This is not the first time the district has been embroiled in controversy. Following the George Floyd riots in 2020, hey, they call it riots. SBS banned police from campuses and has regularly used a curriculum from MLK that removed Day that removed Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. from the material and discussed his Marcus advisors instead. So on MLK Day, instead of talking about MLK, they talked about his advisors. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. In Jan 2021, the district sent out an email to faculty with education resources for teachers to indoctrinate students into the abolish the police movement and gloss over the riots that lasted for months across the country and caused billions of dollars of damage. Schools in the districts have even offered free sex change treatments to students as young as 13 without informing the parents. So, yeah. So if you live in Seattle, get the fuck out. Or don't take your kid there. All right. So let's finish this up. Man, I'm going long, but it's been a minute since I did one, so no big deal. All right. So Trump's lawyers file a motion for discovery in Jack Smith's case demanding documents regarding informants and undercover agents related to January 6th. Trump's attorneys filed a motion for discovery in special counsel Jack Smith's case demanding documents regarding informants and undercover agents related to January 6th. Please provide all documents regarding informants, cooperators, undercover agents, representatives, or anyone side acting in similar capacity on behalf of or at the behest of the Department of Justice or any law enforcement agency who was present or at or within 5 miles of the United States Capitol on January 6, 2021. Trump's lawyers wrote in a 9-page discovery letter. Trump's trial date for Jack Smith's January 6th case is currently scheduled for March 4th, 2024, election interference. Jack Smith's indictment of Trump could backfire if Trump's team gets some of the documents in its discovery request. Trump's attorney said in last week's motion, we have found many redacted documents in the discovery process. The Gateway pundit has reported numerous times on suspected federal agents, Ray Epps, who infiltrated on the January 6th crowd. Michael Waller, a senior analyst for strategy at the Center for Security Policy, specialized in propaganda, political warfare, psychological warfare, and subversion, said he was at the Capitol on January 6th and witnessed plainclothes militia aggressive men in Donald Trump and MAGA gear at the front of police lines at the base of the temporary presidential inaugural platform. Agent provocateurs, scattered groups of men exhorting the marchers to gather closely and tightly towards the center of the outside of the Capitol building and prevent them from leaving. Fake Trump protesters, a few men wearing Trump or MAGA hat backwards and who did not fit in with the rest of the crowd in terms of their actions and demeanor, whom I presume to be Antifa or other leftist agitators, and disciplined uniform columns of attackers. A column of organized, disciplined men wearing similar but not identical camouflage uniforms, black gear, some with helmets and GoPro cameras, and wearing subdued Punisher skull patches. Antifa also infiltrated the Capitol protests. Trump supporters were blamed for all the violence and chaos at the Capitol on January 6th, but according to an former FBI agent, Antifa terrorists infiltrated the Trump rally. Via investigative reporter Paul Speer, former FBI agent on the ground at the U.S. Capitol, just texted me and confirmed that at least one busload of Antifa thugs infiltrated peaceful Trump demonstrators as part of a false Trump flag ops. I interviewed the Capitol Police, Steve Soon, in an interview that was never aired. Over the summer, Tucker Carlson said he interviewed the chief of police who said at Capitol on January 6th, who was at the Capitol on January 6th and in charge of security that day. I interviewed the chief in an interview that was never aired on Fox, by the way. I was fired before it could air. I'm going to interview him again, but Steve Soon was the total non-political worked for Nancy Pelosi. I mean, this was not some right-wing activist. He was the chief of Capitol Police on January 6th. He said, oh, yeah. That crowd was filled with federal agents. Tucker continued. As time passed, it became more and more obvious the core claims they made out about January 6th were lies. Okay, so there's that. Well, Tucker interviewed this guy again. I mean, Tucker's he's doing pretty well since being fired from Fox. So yeah, interview this Capitol Police guy again. And so I think this has to do. Oh, okay. No, this doesn't have to do with the subpoena or the motion from yesterday. But here we go. But it's kind of similar. So, breaking lawless Obama judge Chatkin denies Trump request to subpoena January 6th committee material that went missing. Chutkin will not allow access to these lost documents. Why? On Monday, Judge Tanya Chutkin refused the Trump's defense team effort to subpoena members of the House Committee January 6th committee for testimony. Why would she possibly do this? Obviously, this is a bunch of political crap. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. That was just a bunch of gobbly political group, full of, didn't seem to be full of any facts, more of opinion. So I'm not going to read it. All right. So that's the end. That's all I got. My first stream back after being sick. I'm still sick, as you could hear me fucking all my mucus and crap. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope my audio was a lot better since I got my new mic, my new audio mixer. I will have my new mic bar thingy today. Probably, hopefully, install it either tomorrow or Thursday. We'll see when. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you like and subscribe. Yeah. Make sure you follow me at Official W Ghost. Best way to find out when I go live and everything. Check out my links that are in the description, both for Coffee Brand Coffee and Rumble.com. Rumble.com/withghost is my general daily show, Monday through Friday, generally 7 to 8-ish. I am going to try and do the next GOP debate. Unfortunately, I don't think I really have that guaranteed for my day off. So I don't know if I'll be able to do it live like I've been doing, but I'll try and watch it the next day if I can, or when I get done from work. Let's see, hold on. Anyways, so that's my next plan. All right. Hope you all have a good. Oh, and then check out my gaming channel, rumble.com/gamewithghost. Yeah, that's my gaming channel. Hope you have a good day. Peace out. See you later.